Bruno to get this round of last 16 match underway. Immediately picks out Saxton, and Saxton goes cross court to side out and give Canada the early lead.
At all, very uncharacteristic for these Brazilians to give you any points, to make any unforced errors. There's a controlled block.
Oh. It's just phenomenal, his reading of the game, like you said, his high beach volleyball IQ. And they still feel they should have got that. They're still talking about it, aren't they, as to what went wrong.
Yeah, I mean, they are technicians, the Brazilians. Not taking too much risk. No one's really turned it up on the service line, just kind of keeping it in and getting a feel for the match.
There is Alison, hanging tough, putting the ball down on the Canadian side of the net. First points on serve.
Alison striking first right here. You see the timing, and you can't roll that ball that low to the net. You have to go another couple feet over if you're going to be successful.
Oh, can't keep it alive. Of the 2013 World Champs in Storia Blanchi, Alison and...
Wow, how about that?
That's pretty impressive.
It's just, he's a surgeon out there, Bruno. Sees the court, look at that ball drop just over the top of the net.
And there is the power.
Well, there it is. A good first look at Alison. So the Canadians already switched it up. Now to go the other direction, and you saw the power from Alison. That's too tight.
Advantage to Brazil, but it's kept alive by Schalk. Now, can he finish? No, he can't. Too long from Alison. And I tell you what, the Canadians aren't bowing at the moment, are they? They are giving as good as they get.
Canada's really steady, and this is the start that they wanted. You want to stay with Brazil as long as possible, keep close, and then strike in the end, because Brazil are deceptive. Get the Brazilians out of sync.
Oh, good work by Schalk off the net, but Alison is there for his second block, and a little bit of daylight for the first time in this one.
Well, Alison struck first, and now he strikes again. 2-0 in the blocking category. A beautiful setter and offensive player.
Oh, he blocks it onto the line. 3 blocks in the set so far.
And it's going to be a long morning for King Schalk if he doesn't start going up higher, always making you pay.
Now, here's a chance for Canada. Schalk, but Bruno is there. This time, Alison gets high enough above the ball to make the Canadians play, and they couldn't keep it alive.
Well, that's the difference right there. You saw King Schalk made a beautiful defensive play, but then he could not convert it. Bruno's there, and he's just actually giving himself up. And it's just the kind of guy you want to be playing with, and works so hard, has been so successful. A silver medal in 2012, a gold medal in 2016, and he's got a lot of fuel left in the tank.
So Saxton serves to Bruno, and he gets the joust, but it lands out, and the point's been given to Brazil. They're going to challenge. I think they're going to think this came off Bruno last. Again, they go to Bruno. Another chance for Bruno. This time he opts for power. The joust at the net. He's there again. Oh, good work from Canada. Nice as well from Saxton, but advantage back to Brazil. And it goes in off Schalk, an instinctive sort of self-defensive move from Schalk, but it brings about the point.
That's exactly what that was. That was self-preservation, trying to save his face as this ball is absolutely crushed over the net at the end. Here's some spectacular defense. And then here it comes. Bruno going right at Schalk. Schalk protecting that face, pushing over the net. And there's that celebration. The Canadians on a run right now.
Well, is that the sort of point that will lift the Canadians? Fantastic defense. You know, just over 45 miles per hour, if that's your preferred speed gauge. This is very close to the net. Oh, excellent from Alison, but he's still got a lot of work to do. This is turning into a fantastic battle here on centre court. Bruno to Alison, who goes cross court and finds the winner, and now it's Brazil's turn to win a fantastic rally.
An absolutely beautiful rally right there, and the crowd appreciating it. Alison getting the crowd involved. Brazil is everywhere. Look at them cover the block of Saxton. And there is Alison, the woolly mammoth. Look how athletic he is, sacrificing his entire body, elevating in the air to keep that ball in, and then finally he's able to finish it off. And he tells the crowd, let's get things going here.
In this opening match on day 8, you'd expect nothing less probably from the World Olympic and World Tour champions as it comes off Alison.
Great plays. And they can start to pull away. That's set way off the net. Advantage Canada.
Or is it? Because it was a heavy touch from Schalk. But it's back with Canada. And Saxton finds unguarded sand to level it up at 15 all again.
Yeah, that's Canada's inconsistency. They had the advantage. They put the ball a little too tight to the net. Fortunately, after going back and forth a couple times, they have to work for it. But they score that point and even up the scores at 15. And Brazilians have seen enough. They're going to use one of their timeouts, a kind of a test event for them to see how it would feel in California, and won the event, and that kind of sealed up Lane Carrico. And so playing in Southern California against a lot of the American teams really has elevated their game, but their mental focus is on point.
Bruno is read by Schalk. Now this is a really big point, and they've won it. So they have a 2-point lead coming to the end of the first set, and this is a huge opportunity for Canada.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. At 19-17, if they can just receive serve a couple of times, they will be at 21. It'll be a bonus if they can score while serving. The pressure definitely on the Brazilians.
There's this point to play. Bruno goes to Schalk. Schalk for the set points. Yes, here is a really big chance. Schalk goes to Bruno. Bruno must find the sand. He finds Schalk, but Schalk can't control it. And here is the second set point. This you feel they have to take.
Yeah, instead of going into overtime.
Alison goes to Schalk. Schalk for the set. He's got it. He's got it. And Canada take the first set, 21-19. That's the first set that Alison and Bruno have lost in this tournament. Two unbeaten sides going head-to-head on centre court in match 1 of day 8. And Canada draw first blood.
Canada always playing well. Consistency was always an issue, but in that first set, they hung tough.
Schalk gets us underway. Again, they persist with Bruno. Bruno. No problems there.
And wouldn't that be special? Finally taking them down in the World Championships, but not just yet. The Brazilians, a nice float serve down the middle.
Yeah, it's a rarity, isn't it, to get two teams with such a long history, because the improvisation from Saxton, but it's advantage to Brazil. No, it's not, because it's just knuckled back by Schalk. And there's a sense of confidence about Canada right now, you feel.
Well, the ball's definitely rolling their way. Here, Alison gets the ball in a nice position, but he's on the ground. He can't do anything.
Waits for the whistle now. This changes up, goes to Alison, and it's paid dividends because it comes back to Canada on the first touch, and they take advantage. A heavy touch from Bruno, levels it up at 5-all.
That's the strong body language, and that's why they've always been so successful. Look at it. They turn it around right away. So a little mini meeting on the court.